Hi, I'm Sandy, and welcome to Life with Sandy. Today is Tuesday, March 8th, and we do have some birthdays today. Today is Anna, A-N-A, Beatrice, B-E-A-T-R-I-Z. Today's Anna's birthday. I think it's Anna. 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 Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Anna. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And just in case, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Anna. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. I don't know which way is the correct pronunciation. It's also Barbara Runnels. R-U-N-N-E-L-S. It's Barbara's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Barbara. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And it's also Sharon Lehman. L-E-M-A-N, Sharon. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sharon. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And today is Juanita Perrin, P-E-R-R-I-N. Today is, I think, her 51st wedding anniversary. But Juanita, you didn't tell me last year, and you still haven't told me this year. What's your significant other's name? Is your hubby's name? You didn't tell me. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. Well, I hope that both of you have a great anniversary. Please let me know what his name is or her name is so I can put it in the description, into my calendar, not the description box, into my calendar. Danny's supposed to come over with the boys sometime tonight. This is later. Don't pay no attention to my clocks. None of them are the right time. Not one of them. But if you hear my chimes going, you know it's at least 3/4 past an hour. You know that much at least. Went to bed late last night, as usual. You know, I told you when the weather gets nicer, I think I probably brought this up on my meeting highlights. When the weather gets nicer, like next week when the clocks are turned forward, spring ahead, it'll get brighter in the morning, right? No, it's brighter at night. Ooh, that's not good. Anyway, in the spring and the summer, I tend to get up earlier, so I go to bed earlier. But last night I didn't go to bed till I think it was like 3:15. And then this morning at 8 o'clock, my phone rang, and it was my insurance adjuster. At least let's start off by saying, not happy. Not happy at all. First of all, I'm not happy that you woke me up. But then, like I always told you, call me, I can roll back over and go back to sleep. Normally. Or as Roy likes to say, typically. Typically, I can go back to sleep. But today, I was filled with so much rage and anger, I could not go. I know, it's hard to believe. But trust me, there's a deep, deep rage inside of me sometimes. And this morning, it came out. They don't come to the house anymore for your claims. There's a lot of good things and bad things with the pandemic that went on. One of the good things is that they can do their jobs from home. They don't have to come to go out in public. But the bad thing is that you don't put a face to the person that you're arguing with. Because what he did was he sent me a link that I could videotape, do a live video stream, kind of like a Zoom, to show him the damage that was done in the shower. So I had to get out of bed like at 8:05 to go into the bathroom to show him the claim, to show him the damage. And we had a feeling that the homeowners wasn't going to cover it. We did have that feeling, but we thought, well, we'll go with it to see. But he says, oh no, that's not covered. He never even saw the whole thing, like he just saw the little bit of, which there was mold. He saw it and he said, no, that's not covered. And I go, what do you mean it's not covered? He says, well, you have an exemption in your insurance. And I go, why would I not have that covered in my homeowner's insurance? And he said, well, because you have to ask specifically for that. He says, so we're going to deny the claim. And I go, well, there's structural damage. When I looked at my policy, I did see that structural damage is covered. We'll pay for the tile and all of that, but the structural part should come under my homeowner's insurance. And he says, no, because it's due to your negligence. And I go, well, how is it? I understand how you're saying it's my negligence, but I didn't know that the water was leaking in the back of the shower up until about a week or two ago. And we addressed it right away. We hired a tile guy to come to do the tile because we addressed it. And he says, it doesn't matter. It's not covered under your policy, so I'm denying your claim. Have a good day. And then I did use a few choice words because I was just so upset. So then I got back in bed because I thought, you know what, I can always go back to sleep. Oh no, not when you're filled with mad anger and rage, because I'm tossing over in my mind how mad I was. I did say, I am very, like I told you, I am not one of these people that think of afterwards, I wish I would have said this or I wish I would have said that. Oh, trust me. I was kind of to the point I wish I wouldn't have said this and I wish I wouldn't have said that. But at that point, he had already denied my claim, and I'm thinking no matter what I say or do, he's not going to change his mind. He doesn't have to see me face to face, so he doesn't have to put a face to the person he's rejecting. So all of this, so I couldn't get back to sleep. So I started playing little games on my phone. But at 9 o'clock, right on when I went ding, 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 my alarm, not my alarm clock, my grandfather clock, I called my agent. And I've learned this from working with the public. I love working with the public. I'm one of these, I guess, rare people that I really enjoyed working with the public. For every one person that was like the biggest pain in the ass that you ever could see, I probably had like at least 100 people that day that were so nice. So it for me, when I worked with the public, I don't know how it is now, because I can see that it's not the same. Close, similar, not even the same, the way people treat people nowadays. But when I worked, it was nice. But I always think that you always start off nice. And if you got to get, like you got to raise it up, but you start at the base being nice. So he gets on the phone and, his name is Steve. And I said, Steve, Jim and I just went into your office 3 weeks ago to go over all of our coverages for the year, for our car insurance, our home insurance, our life insurance. We went through all of these things with you. And we asked you if there's anything we're missing on any of our policies, and he did point out a couple things that we could put onto our auto insurance and a couple things that we should tweak on our life insurance. Very good. But when we asked him about the homeowner's insurance, he said, no, you're fine. Everything's fine. I said, so you lied to me because I should have had this coverage in, because when I talked to the adjuster this morning, he said that was an optional coverage that I should have asked for. And he says, I've never heard of any such thing. He says, there's no such thing as asking for leak damage. We don't cover leak damage. I said, well, if it was negligence on my part, it was something that I saw building up and building up and building up, I could say, yeah, it's my fault. I said, but this was behind a hidden wall. It was behind tile. And I don't even know that maybe some of it might have come from when we had our roof replaced, when we had a leak in the roof and they had to redo the whole shingles and everything. Maybe there was a leak there that was like they didn't repair properly and it's still leaking. I don't know. So that would be, he said, no, that's a good point. He says, you did bring up a good point. And I said, I just think that, for as much money as I pay for my homeowner's insurance, what does it cover if it doesn't cover this? And he says, well, how about you give me at least 24 hours? I'll try to get a hold of the adjuster today, and I promise I'll call you tomorrow to let you know whether or not I got a hold of him and what was decided. And so I said, okay, I appreciate that. And he's really good. He does call you back, so I do like that. So I said, well, I have to tell you, Steve, I'm really quite upset because this is lots and lots and lots of money. This is going to be more money than we had planned for ourselves. And he said, no, I completely understand. He said, but let me check it. Let's not get all excited about that. So I do have a feeling that he did talk to somebody, because probably about 2 hours after I talked to him, I got an email from the claims adjuster showing me exactly all the printing of everything. And basically nothing's covered. Nothing. No matter what, even if it's not negligence on your part, all of the things like subsection A, double AA, double triple A, it's listed all of these things. So I have a feeling he talked to my agent, and my agent's just going to wait till tomorrow and tell me no. So I was so upset. So I called Jimmy to ask him if he could recommend somebody, because I have a feeling that Jim and I are going to be taking the expense of fixing this ourselves, not the homeowners. And Jimmy said that he could do it. And I said, well, no, you want to get into your house by March 31st. So I can't wait till March 31st to get this done. And he said, no, I'm going to come and look at it tomorrow. He couldn't do it today because he had to meet with some contractors today. But he says, no, I'm going to come over tomorrow and I look. He says, this is what I do for a living. I can fix that. And I go, well, I don't want to take you away from your house. So life with Sandy. Maybe I shouldn't have changed my channel name, because it's like, oh my gosh. So like I said, if it would have been negligence on my part, I completely agree that I should take the brunt of the responsibility for paying for it. And I'm even willing to meet them halfway. You pay for the structural part of it, and I'll pay for the tile and hiring the guy, because we were going to do that anyhow. I'll pay for the other half. What would you guys do? Because I'm at a loss. But proud of myself, because I have not turned to food, which is what I normally do when I'm upset. I had my normal breakfast, which I'll show you. I had my normal snack. I'm getting ready to eat my lunch, which is a normal lunch. I'm staying well within my points. I'm not going crazy. And, but it's just, as we say, disappointed. I was very disappointed. It's just not fair. I don't understand. I don't understand. Because now I want to really get the policy out and see, what if I have a fire or something? What if my house burns down or something? I don't know. When our house burnt down when we were little, only because it burnt down because Mary was playing with matches. The people, my parents had just sold the house, and so it was like a good thing, I guess, in the sense that the people that bought the house were going to remodel it anyhow, so they got to remodel it the way they wanted to with my mother's insurance or my parents' insurance. So the insurance paid for everything for the whole remodel. The bad part was we had to go live with different family members, and we weren't together. We would be together on Sundays when my mother would come and pick us up. My mom and dad would come and pick us up, and we would go picnic, which is just basically she'd make sandwiches and we'd eat them in the back of the station wagon. We'd pull off to like a little roadside park. Or we would go to Belle Isle, which is in Detroit, downtown Detroit. Or Metropolitan Beach, which I think they changed the name of that now. I don't even know what the name of it is. Or we would go visit relatives. Oh, that was my worst vacation ever. We'd go to our relatives' house to visit them. I didn't mind going to the ones that had kids, but when we went to my mother's older sisters and brothers, whose kids were all grown and gone, it was boring. It was really boring. But the memory I have of the house is when my mother brought us in, we had to put our hand into the wall and we had to pull out a handful of soot, or burned wood, and we had to smell it because my mother wanted us to have that smell on. And I still have that smell. I know that smell. If a house or something catches fire around here, I know it immediately because I know that smell. I just automatically associate the smell with when I was 10 years old. But anyway, such is the life. Such is the life. So let's go make lunch. I'm going to show you my snack, what was my snack? You all know. Granny Smith apple and my water. And for breakfast, I will show you my breakfast now. And then I have to tweak my lunch a little bit because I was going to go to the Kroger's this morning. But the ad came for the new sales for tomorrow, and the sales tomorrow are better than they are today. So I was going to have some cheese and crackers, so I don't know what I'm going to have now because I don't know. I know I don't have cheese. Well, I might have a cheese stick, but it was not the cheese that I was planning on. So the cheese I'm going to pick might be a little bit more. But That's it. It'll look nice when it's done, because it obviously has to be done. The bank account's not going to like it. No. Okay, going to start my day off with a 32-ounce glass of water and a Granny Smith apple. Okay, for breakfast, I think I made my oatmeal a little too thin, but yeah, it'll work. Some tea. I have 8 ounces of Simply Light orange juice and 8 ounces of diet cranberry juice and a banana. Today is Tuesday, March 8th. My quote is, remember the time you said you could never do it? You did do it, and you will do it again. It's 3-point breakfast, and for my oatmeal, tea, banana, the juice, my milk, my apple. Okay, for my lunch, I'm going to just have some cheese and crackers and some turkey pepperoni and a sugar-free Jell-O with a cup of tea. This is the turkey pepperoni that I use. It's 2 points for 28 grams. And the cheese stick is 2 points of cheese stick and 4 points for 30 grams of the toasted chips. So it comes to 8 points. Well, that's going to do it for tonight. I actually didn't eat dinner, but I think I'm going to pop some popcorn and just eat some plain popcorn later on. I wasn't really hungry for dinner. Those crackers kind of filled me up. So, anyway. But if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, share if you think somebody might like to see it. As always, stay safe, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.